What up, everybody? Yeah, Tuesday.
Layout drop.
Layout drop. Let's go. Well, actually, yeah, layout drop. We're gonna talk about that. We've got a great idea for this one. Actually, we've talked about it, but we've got some big kahuna here on the phone that's hopefully gonna help us out with this. But yeah, layout drop. We're gonna break down the layout today. We're gonna talk about all sorts of stuff. Thank you, Schwartz Gable. Dinguses are late.
We are. We're the dingus.
We're the dinguses.
Yeah.
That's what our second show name was going to be is Live on Tuesday with the dinguses. That's the plural from dinguses.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a really good show for you guys today. All sorts of stuff. I want a big thanks to Capital Edge Paintball and CEPL. They gave me a nice little hoodie today or over the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess
So
Dave
it's a
Baines
puffer
and
print.
puff print.
Nice.
Oh, Puff Daddy. Dave Baines and Duffy, the only two other people that have this sweatshirt, and I got some yellow paint on here that matches the puff. Yeah, we're gonna talk about our practice. We're gonna talk about their practice. We're gonna talk about the layout. We got some Hall of Icon stuff, Major League Paintball, and a lot of information that you guys want to hear. And then then the reason you guys are actually here is in about an hour and a half we're gonna give away stuff. So let's jump straight over to Mr. Tom Cole. Now, if you guys remember last time that he was giving us on Valentine's Day, he was going live from his bathroom. And he complained that FaceTime was just a little too much for him. So here he is, live from the NXL main stage.
He's on the field right now.
He's on the field right now in sunny Florida.
I can't believe
weird. I
it's
thought that the sun went down over there, but I guess it's daylight savings is coming up.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, you know. Just another Tuesday.
As if going on social media isn't humbling enough, I get to come here and get humbled as well.
Yeah. It's we talked about that. It's your job is a humbling job. You're always just the goal is always out of reach.
Yep.
The goal of perfection is always out of reach.
That's for sure.
So
I enjoyed that call last time. I got to give Kyle some grief and J-Rab some grief. It felt good to give grief back once in a while.
Yeah. All right. Turn the volume up for Tom. We're on max volume. Tom, will you talk a little bit more? I think.
You want me to turn my volume up?
Yeah. I don't know. Just talk louder. I think.
I can do that.
See if we can.
I'll talk louder.
All right. There we go. We should be at max volume right now. You guys can't hear him at all.
They can hear him.
I can hear Tom. I can hear Tom.
I mean, testing.
Yeah, you're in the yellows. You're in the same monitoring area as we are. Yeah. I think you guys just need to turn your volume up.
He's good.
I don't know.
We're good.
I don't know. All right.
Barely.
Okay. We can hear him. Yeah, we can hear him. It's just a little low.
Okay. Good.
All right. So what do we got? What do we got cooking?
Well, we wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the Major League Paintball. We dropped it about 20 minutes ago, the new brand and how it's working, and I just wanted to kind of explain it to everybody. I see people with all sorts of crazy questions already, so better talk about it. So the primary thing is we're replacing the NXL ID with the Major League Paintball membership, and the one big plus of that is now it's basically annual as opposed to seasonal. So if next year, you get one midway through the season, that membership is now good through midway through the season, right? I always thought it was a bad play to you go to play. Frank Connell shows up to play World Cup. It's one event of the year. He has to buy a $50 to $60 ID, and then it expires in 3 weeks.
No, trust me. I have a 4-year-old. I'm buying memberships to all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, is this calendar year or from date of purchase year membership? And yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so ours is basically an annual membership now. And then the real exciting news is obviously the insurance, right? For our players now, and we didn't finalize this, I think, until Friday. We've gone back and forth between the insurance providers and our needs. And basically now, if you're playing paintball to get ready for an NXL or an ICPL or any tournaments that we're running, you're covered with insurance. $25,000 pre-deductible.
Yeah, that's awesome, and we've been talking about that on the show for a long time, and I want to say that's like one of those things that needs to go on the mantle of wherever your accolades are.
Well, and to be honest with you, like Thursday of last week, it was really going to just be for the layout weekends. And so we upped it up to make sure that it covered anytime you guys are practicing. So if you and Spick go play at Dave's next weekend and one of you breaks their ankle, you're covered, right? Because we wanted it to be a little broader than it was.
Oh, cool.
And even to tag along with that, in the next week or so, we're going to be launching another insurance policy that's for rec people, right? So that's a $30 membership, and that covers you when you're playing paintballs that are not competitive, right? So if you're going to go play walk-on or a scenario game or whatever you're playing, it's going to cover that. So I think this, I don't want to, claim too much of it, but I think this is a good step forward for paintball. I mean, I don't know how many people can afford to get hurt playing the game. So I think it's a good thing.
Well, yeah, that and like, every time now when you go in there and they're like, how'd you hurt yourself? And you're like, just too embarrassed to say I play paintball.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to tell them because you got the ID card that can give you the free insurance. Yeah. And so now more people are going to hear about paintball.
Yep.
Next, we might even be covered once a week between 4 to 6.
Yeah, we need to get the Spick and Span insurance. So send us your people because we're going to start eating hot things again.
Yeah.
Send you our people.
Send you our people.
It's actually through a company called Spot. I'll let that secret out. So they do all the BMX and all the cycling memberships and all that stuff. And so when you sign up, now make sure you give us your real email because a lot of the PBLI and APPA emails are no longer right. But you'll get a little activation from Spot on how to do the insurance. And they have a little app. You just plug in when you get hurt on your way to the hospital or whatever, and they take care of everything from there.
On your way to the hospital. Or you can just download it when you guys get it. Or hopefully the good thing is just try not to ever get hurt is the goal, obviously. So are you guys are they gonna have branding at the events? Are they gonna be a sponsor? Are they gonna have any kind of anything going on?
So they are currently trying to work on some branding, probably more at membership drive type situations. I mean, the NXL is kind of like, you're going to be a member at the NXL, right? You don't really have a choice. We're taking one for the team on that one, right? So, but like at other stuff, like at big games or at big parks or something, we will do membership drives there to try and get more people involved. Mm-hmm. And the history of this started because BMX, they were being touted as one of the largest extreme sports, and they had 76,000 members. And that's really not that high a number. And I think it's something we can achieve.
What are our numbers?
We're at about 15,000 on the tournament side, but on like the recreational side and all that stuff, we're probably closer to 250 to 300,000.
I mean, that's great. That's crazy. Like, you can. So any rec ball player can go in here and just kind of essentially, if someone were to get wind of this, or everybody who gets wind of this can essentially go to a paintball field and say, hey, look, I'm uninsured. I'm going to go to the paintball field and just kind of pay $25 or $35 or whatever, $65 for the ID card. And now I have $30. And I'm covered anytime I play paintball, or is it just kind of like if I trip and fall at home?
Anytime you play paintball, as long as it's not a tournament, right? So we have a tournament coverage because you guys tend to play a little more extreme, right? And that's why that's a little more expensive, theoretically. Okay. I mean, I've watched some games that aren't exactly extreme. But
I got this scar on my shin that goes from it's probably like 6 inches. Yeah, like this sucker right here. I don't know if you can see it.
That rock's still there. I saw it the other day.
Oh yeah, no. This one's from a big game.
Oh
yeah, I'm telling you.
That's why I don't go to those.
Big games and 10-mans are way more dangerous than playing X-ball. I'll tell you that right now.
I believe it.
Yeah, maybe. But you repetitively play more, right?
Yeah, true.
The tournament guy is going to play, right? Like, you're probably playing... I mean, how many times do you play a year, would you say?
A lot.
Three, four?
A lot. Yeah. 3, 4.
And so one of the concerns and one of the things you're going to hear about right away is the $15 upgrade fee we've added to it, right? We were $50 last year, and I'll just try and get in front of this. I mean, a $15 for an annual insurance, if you're playing 10 times a year, that's like nothing. It's $1.50.
Oh, it's we're pulling Dynasty.
No-brainer.
We're pulling Dynasty. You got to pay an extra $150. Hey, so
that's a no-brainer though for what healthcare costs.
I know.
Well, just general healthcare.
Yeah.
In general.
Plus, we also give away another $100.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the perks. Bring up the perks.
3 month of Go Sports, a free BKI subscription. You get gift cards from like a bunch of different online places. I mean, there's a bunch of perks. I can't go through them all on the Zoom because I don't know them off the top of my head. But yeah, Lone Wolf Paintball would be a big one, right? They got a $10 gift card. Go in there and buy something.
Nice.
So the perks alone make it worth it, and then the insurance is the extra stuff. So So I think it's a great value add. We'll see how everybody receives it, but and it's big for us. Like, I think it's big for paintball to have one brand that says paintball in the name, which I feel is important.
Right, we talked about that.
Growing these memberships. So
now, are you guys going to consider doing a full rebrand and moving away from NXL, or is this just for?
It's still going to be our X-Ball brand. You know, you think about it, and I use the example, right? So we're going to meet with ESPN, let's say, right? We walk into a meeting. I don't particularly care which property they want to televise, right? If they want to televise the WNXL, or they want to televise the ICPL, or they want to televise NXL Europe, or they want to televise the NXL, as a paintball guy, I don't care. You guys might care, right? You want it to be the NXL. But I want to go in and say, we're Major League Paintball, and we cover all of these things. So you tell us what you want the show to be about. Mm-hmm. It's just an easier sales pitch for me.
Yeah, I like that too. And I mean, we talked about that a little bit because obviously you've been on and touting a little bit about the rebranding. I do like that you added the B at the end of the MLPB.
Yep, that My Little Pony thing's a challenge.
It was a challenge. Yeah, your SEO might be just. I've got My Little Ponies in my house, so it's a tough one to go over.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Are you still doing the betting thing?
We are still doing the betting thing.
Is that launch?
It may be sooner than we thought. The last I talked to them, they were looking at like a 60-day. I don't want to get ahead of everything, but whereas I'm pitching Vegas of 2024, we may have something in place before then. So
okay, so it wasn't going to be this year. This year
no matter what, we weren't pitching this year. Our goal was to launch it at Vegas 2024. Mm-hmm. But if they come back with something early, we may do another launch. It really comes down to the legalization of it, right? Whether we get approved in these different areas or not.
Sure. Okay. And then, and actually, Dan Shelley mentioned something good. We'll throw our hat in on the ID cards. I'm not sure if you can add us to the list, but we'll offer free Spick and Span shows every Tuesday at 4. So you can watch that. You can watch that for free with the NXL ID card.
And I'll give you an example, right? Uh-huh. So, like, we're doing this Boy Scouts thing, right? Coming up in July, I believe, right? So we're expecting anywhere from 25 to 58,000 kids are going to come through and get to shoot paintball guns, right?
Yeah.
If we brand that the NXL, it's complicated to show that to all those kids, right? Now we're just going to have a big Major League Paintball sign, and everybody then will come in, and we will have WNXL players, we'll have Pro NXL players, we'll have ICPL players, and it'll all kind of fit under that brand, and everybody will understand exactly what it is. If you saw on the vendor list that NXL was going to be there, no one's going to get excited. But you see Major League Paintball, and you're a kid, you're going to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the rebranding is important. I like the logo looks good. Everything looks pretty spot on. Actually, I'm gonna pull the logo up right here. I should have should have this one up a little sooner, but I'm gonna pop it on the screen right now. Whoa, a little big. Everything comes in way oversized. So here is.
I saw the NXL gave us some love on Facebook today too.
Yeah, here's the new.
Tom, thank you for that.
New logo right here. I think it was more their media team. I don't know if Tom.
I think it was Tom personally.
Tom was specifically asking for that. I wanted to make sure, because you know what happens is people ask questions online on Facebook or social media, and then someone else answers them, and I'm like, why? You know what I mean? I guess that's partially our fault for not getting out enough information. But why would you believe someone on Facebook? That's not us.
See, it all seems legit.
Yeah.
The comments.
That's where you get news.
That's where I get all my facts from.
Yeah, exactly. Medical advice, facts, all of it.
That and Joe Rogan.
And the Spick and Span show.
Joe Rogan.
And the Spick and Span show. Hey, how does the venue look? Everything look good?
Everything looks good, yeah. No, we're excited.
Okay. So,
our groups are working hard. They got a nice little layout for it. So yeah, pretty good. This is a good event. It's like one of our highest vendor counts in a long time. Our largest bigger. It's a bigger team count than it was last year for this opening event by about 3 teams. In the X-Ball divisions, the 3-man and 10-man stuff's not closed yet. So we're excited about that stuff.
Okay. Hold on one second. I got to give this guy
So to Do any of your viewers have questions about the Major League Paintball thing?
Yeah. Let me ask you that. So they're asking, a lot of people are asking about college, and we're gonna get actually some of the guys from the college team on, or the production side of the team on next week, I think, after the event settles. But yeah, a lot of people are asking about the college end of it. So it's basically anybody who buys an ID, right? Excuse me.
Yeah, anybody that buys so the NXL ID has become the Major League Paintball membership. And yeah, then you will be covered for any tournaments or any practices.
Okay. Yeah, so that's good. Now, this is a big one, and this was a little drop that you made, was so Vegas 2024. That's the plan as of right now. Yeah, we plan on launching the gambling and going back to Vegas in 2024. That's a great place to launch gambling.
Yeah.
If I've ever heard of it. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody thinks we do this stuff like with a wing and a prayer, but it's not. Like, we've mapped this out. I'm not going to say there won't be changes and detours and stuff, but yeah, that's the plan for 2024. Okay,
well, that's exciting. Yeah, I know. Because I think Paul from Matrix asked this last time when you kind of came on about 6 or 8 months ago, and he was specifically like, "Hey, look, I drive to all these events and want to be a supporter of the league," and he drives his entire rig out there, but it's like every single event is east of, well, Chicago. It was up until this year.
Yep. We'll blame it on COVID. I like blaming stuff on COVID.
Totally.
I mean, that was the last time we went, 2019, right? Pre-COVID.
So will the NXL make rule changes based on insurance?
No, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, no. Or
I mean, unless if we determined something was inherently unsafe, then obviously we would change something. That's not necessarily based on insurance. That's just based on
safety.
Common sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the chin strap. That was.
Like the chin straps. Yeah. They didn't give me an option there, right? Like, we have to have insurance, right, on all levels, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys working with, or do you have any affiliation with the college paintball stuff?
We will work with them. We haven't really. They reached out to me, and we've been deep in the weeds with this insurance thing, so I haven't gotten back to them. But Chris has, right? Chris has been working with him from PBLI, right? So we'll touch base with him after this. I want to help the college thing and do whatever we can for the college stuff. I think it's amazing. I think we lost something when it went away. So, but it's really, I mean, that's a part of the industry that's really volunteer driven by those students. And every 4 years, you lose all those guys in the system. So it's got to self-refill itself, right? It's a pipeline that doesn't stay forever.
Yeah, and it's tricky too, right? It is a tricky thing to kind of keep with, is that you're in. It's the same thing as kind of the Marines and all those military teams, is they get a team built up, and then all of a sudden it moves because everybody graduates or moves on or has whatever it may be, right?
Move to Tokyo.
Was there any update on the location of the 4th event? A few people asking.
Yeah, it's going to be Chicago. It's going to be that same venue. I probably shouldn't have announced that right there like that, but yeah.
You heard it here first.
It's gonna be. It should be back there. We just got word a couple days ago, so.
Awesome.
Okay, and so what is it that is the tricky thing to nail down a lot of these venues, with the exception of knowing that no matter where you put the venue, everybody online is gonna be mad.
You mean the tricky thing? Why the venues don't necessarily want us?
Well, no, I mean, like, why wouldn't? Or just walk us through the process of, I guess, finding the venue and then like the hurdles you have to go through. I know this isn't an insurance in Major League Paintball. Well, maybe it is, right? Because the Major League Paintball.
We can talk about anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
To me. So typically we start with like density of paintball players, right? That's our first thing, or the ability to travel there. And so we use Philly as an example because we got grief both sides of Philly, right? So Philly's one of the largest non-World Cup events we have. And it's because of the density of paintball people. Okay. On the bad side, it's one of the most expensive venues to go to for the West Coast teams or whatever, right?
Sure.
So we picked that venue because of the density of paintball players. We picked Florida because it's a cool venue and it's a cheap location to go to. Mm-hmm. And we need basically a tier 1 airport. That's the other big thing, right? Like Phoenix is not bad, but it's not great, right? Vegas, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, those big airports are kind of key. And then you have to convince the landowner that he wants, 3,000 paintball people running around his property for the weekend. And that's a bigger hurdle than most people would think.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the Chicago venue. They're great people, great to deal with, but they're a nonprofit board that's there to promote Gaelic sports and Gaelic interest, whatever that means. You know what I mean? And so, we're a production when we come in. We're not just like you're not going to notice us over in the corner type situation. And so, it's just whether those people want to deal with us every time. So.
Right.
And you typically end up with this balancing act where the city really wants you there and the venue is somewhat hesitant, right? Because they're the ones that have to deal with all the consequences. The city wants the revenue and the tourism dollars and stuff like that. So it's not as easy to switch. And now one of the things that we really look for is a liquor license, whether we're going to be able to serve drinks and how that's going to work. I don't know if you remember the Texas Motor Speedway. That was one of the big challenges there is, they want to charge $15 a beer. Our consumer is not that guy.
Sheesh.
So both people end up unhappy. The beer guy sells 2 beers. And then he blames us, and then we're not happy because we didn't generate any beer revenue, and all our people left as soon as they could.
What about some unorthodox locations like Alaska or like North Dakota? How's the density there?
-4, right? Yeah. So, and it's funny. So everybody talks about Phoenix, right? That's probably one of the coolest. I love the Phoenix.
For sure, that was
right?
the best event.
Great one, right?
Yeah, that was a great event.
It's something like 78 teams. It's like, what do you say is a good event? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Riverside had 91 teams. Riverside, California. 91.
Yeah, we just did the combine out here in Southern California, and it was the smallest combine that we've had. I can't really say that for sure, but I'm fairly certain it's the smallest national combine. And there's thousands of players in Southern California, and just no one really... I
wonder if it's because, the WCPPL is flourishing out here also, and not that anybody would want to, take that over playing like a national league such as the NXL. But I wonder if some of these other areas, if the leagues just aren't as competitive and as big. Because I know a lot of those teams, they
it's the distance between the other leagues, right? So Mike runs a great event, right? Like his events are amazing, right?
Sure.
But he has a wide area that he's got basically the same team count as everybody, right? You got MVPS is roughly in that same ballpark. I guess it's really him, and the XBL was close to that. But he's got a good area, and he's got a solid market. The problem is the surrounding areas is where the density doesn't come from, right? So when we come into town, we're only really getting, 30 or 40 local teams are coming to the event. Well, when you start taking that down to 20 teams, because that's what the local market bears, that's when you got a problem. So so we're in Chicago. We're still pulling Philly teams from like Anthony's League, let's say, and the Blast Camp League, and the MSXL League, right? Whereas in California, you're really just pulling from...
We don't have much west of us. Not many teams.
Correct.
Yeah.
You got nothing west of you.
Yeah.
And you ain't got a lot east of you.
Yeah, that's true.
There's true. Catalina. We could do a tournament on Catalina
Vegas
Island.
Is pretty bleak.
Yeah, well, hey, shout out to everybody in Victorville. That's about as far up northeast that we got.
But after Victorville, you got to fill up your gas. Anytime you're driving somewhere and you got to plan out your gas, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, I got to charge. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hey, and good on you, Tom, knowing where all these places are. Like this guy drives. How many miles do you have in your car?
330,000 miles on my car. Yeah.
Well, that's a testament to, was it Toyota?
Toyota, yeah.
Yeah.
2009. 2009.
Wow.
Hey, this is a good question that I wanted to ask also back to the MLPB. So this one came in from Young Stevie. What is your perspective or projected sponsorship like attack go? Like, do you see? I know you and I talk, and I've got a meeting with this. I'm going to this thing, and there's hotel chains, there's airlines, there's all these big branded companies that are like looking to sponsor people. They go to these conventions like, I want to spend money on something. What are your guys' prospective sponsors?
So from our membership number, from the number of people that play paintball, we really got to get it to a spectator portion, right? We need to be on some type of TV channel. We need some type of commercials tied in with that. Is the only real way we're going to start generating some sponsorship. So, like I said earlier, let's say we have 15,000 people playing tournament paintball, and we have, let's just say the NXL has 7,000 of them all together, right? We're just not reaching that many people. So if you're a Coke, right, that's not even a good football game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a good college football game, right? So the way to reach those people is through the spectator stuff. So if you have a TV show or you have an OTT channel, which is like a Netflix or a Facebook Live or one of those things, now you're reaching more people, and now it's worth it to have, a Dorito branded bunker or a Red Bull can in the back, right? That's really the first step. And so 2 years ago, maybe the year right after COVID, we had brought in a guy to kind of help us get there, and his biggest roadblock was there was no TV behind it. So if you look at the emerging people, Cornhole, all those guys, they have a channel that's helping to promote that. Mm-hmm. Not behind a paywall, no shot at Go Sports, right? It's where we're at right now, but you need something that a regular consumer is coming to watch, and that's what our goal is. And then that's going to help bring in outside sponsorship.
So,
and I think Major League Paintball helps that, right? Just it's a much more easy. If you were scrolling through the commercials and it said Major League Paintball coming soon, you would know what we were talking about.
Okay, well then what are the plans to get us on TV then? Because obviously you keep saying like MLPB is the move, like this is gonna solve the problems, but just changing the name doesn't solve the problems if we don't have a network or a plan to move forward there. So what do we got?
And also because I was gonna ask that too.
Yeah.
Bringing insurance into paintball too, does that also help, with this overall goal of legitimizing our sport as well?
So, all right, so there's two things, right? So how would anyone know our number, right? So if you, short of me meeting you and talking to you or doing something, how would you know our number? So with this membership services going through insurance, right? So the numbers are going to be public, right? That we have this many paid members, right? So once the world, once we can advertise that number, and it's validated, then that's going to help us that way as well. And to answer the TV thing, I mean, that's a long, drawn-out thing. We are working on it. That's all I can say. I'm not going to get into too much. I'll share some stuff with you after with Ryan and Spick if you want. I'll give you a little insight. But, we're not going to get into that right now. But we are actively, it's you just attack. You know what I mean? And yeah, I keep getting mowed down. There's no doubt about it. But you got to keep trying. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, everything great. It doesn't come easy. So keep working at it.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, look, you've been in kind of in the conversation with a lot of television in the past. I've been a part of a lot of the productions. Dynasty has won a fair share of these productions and whatnot. And, I feel that something that we've never done, but we've always talked about it, and I know that a ton of teams would be interested in being a part of this, is we've talked, because one of my bigger concerns with, like, how some of the rules get changed, and this is going to be kind of a flow into what I was talking about, is that sometimes we're just like, hey, there's a new rule. Hopefully it works. We're going to see if, and this is back when the PSP was like, hey, we're going to change it from 15 to 12.5, 12.5 to 10. Like, not without testing it. So there's no testing, right? And you have, 3 solid months. I'd say 2 solid months with, teams kind of still moving around quite a bit of players. But you have 2 solid months where you could create a sizzle reel or a demo of some sort. And even if you wanted to do it in the summer, in the middle of the season, right? To put together a package quick enough to sell it off to networks and shop it out in the off season, right? We got to be able to put together a handful of ideas and then go out there and test them rather than just saying this is what we got.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, and that comes down to the question, like, so that's my new arguing tactic or my new debating tactic, right? What is the goal that we want to get to? And then we want to move everything to get to that thing, right? Like if TV is the goal, which in my world it is, right? Mm-hmm. The rules have to follow suit. You know what I mean? So like the Major League Paintball little thing is, and our little tagline is to grow paintball while maintaining the integrity of the sport, right? Grow the game of paintball while maintaining the integrity of the sport, right? And so yeah, we need to kind of modify our rules to kind of fit those needs while keeping the integrity of the game, right? We don't want to turn it into the WWF. I don't want it to be that way.
Of course, right? Of course.
So, but we will need to maintain it. And yeah, we're throwing around ideas like that too. Like, is a more of a mil sim environment what the people want to watch, right? Is X-Ball what we want to watch? Is one-on-ones what we want to watch? And we've all talked about all these different things. And yeah, I think we need to do a show. I think I pitched to Marcelo and not you guys, which get me in trouble. But, I want to do a show where we're just debating concepts of new formats, right?
Yeah.
And come up with a pilot and say, this is what we want to try. Because, there's a lot of consumers we're trying to keep happy, right? We want to keep the pro guys happy, and they love the current format that we have, right? But it's a complicated format for viewership.
100%. I always try to equate it to a lot of people when they're trying to watch it, or when I'm just having a conversation with another paintball player. It's like, imagine a basketball game where all 10, there's 5 guys on each side, right? Yeah, all 10 guys have the ball.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, oh, this is great. What the hell is going on? There's just shit flying everywhere. And then you add a bunch of shit in the middle of the field that you can't even see half the guys. Like, of course it's confusing. Right?
It's insanely confusing.
It's insanely confusing. But I do believe, and again, in being a part of a handful of these TV productions in the past and being able to watch most of them, that Miami event that we did with the NPPL, that was produced very well. It was explained very well. The camera angles they have.
Let's go back to that. So things have changed, right, in the world of whatever, right? So we'll go through some definitions here so everybody can follow along. So there's linear TV, right? That is your typical TV channel that you get through a regular box, whether that's cable or whatever, right? That's called linear. And then OTT is the new thing, which is the NFL channel and Netflix, Amazon, the stuff that you can acquire through a Roku, right? So since all that has changed, really advertising dollar has flooded to live. Mm-hmm. So linear TV, you can get away with post-produced programming.
Yeah.
Right? The problem is that everyone now is struggling. All of the social media people, everything they want to do is live, right? Everything is video and live. And so we have 2 pushbacks, right? We always talk about doing a reality show, right? And that's one of the things that we're working towards, right? Is maybe a reality show, sort of like that, right?
I'm gonna say I'm pressing for that one.
Yep. But then the other thing is, so it's twofold though, right? You still need a live broadcast that's showing the game,
of course,
at some level as well, right? So you're selling 2 different things. You're selling personalities, and then you're selling the game, right? And so OTT has completely changed that dynamic now, right? So the money is behind live television, live gaming. I mean, if you look at the Super Bowl, like the NFL is like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You know what I mean? In every number 1 match, or every number 1 category, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it challenging, right? But so I think we need to come up with a live game that people can watch that's still fun to play and kind of move through that. And that's one of the reasons why. And let's go think outside the box. Let's say MagFed is the solution, right? Let's say the spectators want people running around with MagFed guns, right? Mm-hmm. We will create a property. We'll call it Major League Tactical or something, right? And we'll show that to ESPN, and then we'll show the NXL to ESPN, and we'll give them what they think they want, right?
Right.
And see how that goes.
Well,
and I'm sure you'll be just as good with a MagFed gun as you are with your gun.
I have used a MagFed gun. They're interesting. Just it's not a huge fan of them, but shout out to all the MagFed players. I'm actually a pistol champ.
I think MagFed guns are cool as hell, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, they're cool. It's just, I don't know, 20 paintballs, something like that. But I do want to point out just one thing, just to rewind it a little bit. You'd come out with a bunch of concepts, and we need to create a proof of concept at some point in time, and you're because all you're doing is talking about stuff.
We will have pilots of all those different options.
Oh, okay. So we are in the process of doing that.
Yes.
The ball is rolling there. Okay, great. I'm glad that all these conversations that we have are actually coming to fruition. I know that you listen to me, but I don't know if you actually listen to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I listen to everybody. It doesn't make everybody right? I let people like the NXL didn't listen. I was like, we listened, we just didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we didn't listen.
And
there's
hey,
so many different arguments, right? So yeah, we're gonna pitch that stuff, right? So yeah, I mean, I think we're at the right place. I think the sport's at the right place. I think we as an industry at the right place, and I think the OTT world or the TV world is at the right place. So I expect something in the next 2 years. Gambling's going to help that, right?
Yeah, the more eyes we can get on the sport, I think the better. And you know, a lot of people are saying it in here too, and I think that this is also what helped a lot with the post-production side, because Matty does a really good job. He gets 15 seconds to talk about the move that Kyle did or the move that, you know, Marcelo made or something like that before he's got to introduce the next team. I think we need to get rid of split deck. And I think that what you can do to make the league a little bit more competitive is that we will catch our big break one of these days. What we need to do is we need to eliminate split deck, and with that you take the break, because I know it's a scheduling issue. You take that break and move it to like 45 seconds. That makes teams that only have like a strong 5 guys or a strong 6 guys, you have to have a full 10-man roster to be able to like flip the lines quick enough.
All right, well, let's rewind. So,
yeah,
2 different things, right? In order to film split the video, you don't need to get rid of split deck, right? You just film one set and act like the other set's not going on.
Well, not if you're doing it live. And you don't. Yeah, but you don't. So okay, no, because look, here's a great example. You're gonna just snub somebody completely, which is fine because you can make sure in the schedule. Yeah. But listen to this.
Feelings is not part of this,
do you remember? Do you remember in World Cup when a game went to overtime at 0-0? Imagine commentating the break. And I think on this layout, and we haven't gotten into how the layout's gonna play, but I think our average points were like 2 or 3 minutes.
Someone asked a question earlier, would you change the rules for insurance? I would not necessarily, whatever, but I would change the rules for TV.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So baseball just changed the rules, right?
Yeah.
They just changed the rules on the pitch timer. So yes, I mean, maybe we don't let you play for 15 minutes 0-0, right? There's a 3-minute button that you got to go out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could do split deck live. I mean, obviously, I'm not talking from a technical point of view. I'm talking from an inspirational point of view. But you just go to Maddie and you start talking about, you just start looking at the old play. You don't watch the NFL games when the people are doing a timeout or whatever. You're watching the commercial. You're watching them in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it would slight a team. But like I said, I'm not here for people's feelings, right? That's not what I'm here for, right?
And I'll tell you, and they are not here for your feelings either.
You know that. For my feelings either, right? So, and I don't want them to be. You know, as long as I'm the guy moving things forward, then I should stay here. As soon as I look like I'm not wanting to do this, then get rid of me for sure. But I'm willing to change the rules. We just got to figure that stuff out, right? A lot of times we make the rules to make it, you know, that the best team wins, and I believe in that, but there's some tweaks we may have to do to make it more TV friendly. And that's what I'm saying. I think this should be a whole show. I think at some point in time, we should get some people from the audience to kind of like give us some ideas, because they know what they want, right? And we can kind of modify and come up with something. I I love the UWL like little flag thing. I've always thought that was great, right?
Yeah, and we talked about it like
for people to attack. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of different options, and by no means do I have the monopoly on good ideas, right? There's half of this stuff, or probably 90% of the stuff, I get from other people. So, and our viewers have a lot to say. Your viewers.
No, absolutely. We got. This is a big show, so I want to thank Matt for sharing this, and Tom for coming on, and we've got over 600 people watching this live right now. And we've got a lot of stuff coming in.
It hasn't been this high since that show where Alex yelled at me.
Yeah. We do want to get Alex's point of view on all this stuff too, because he's been here.
We could probably get Alex in here too.
Yeah. So a lot.
Agents. And I specified this last time. You guys need agents to do your negotiations for you.
Oh,
Does that come with the 2023 ID card?
Yeah.
No,
a public defender. I needed a public defender,
right?
that day.
if you're gonna, if we threw in public defenders, we'd have a problem.
Dude, we've got a lawyer on our team now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're unstoppable,
I have a
invincible
doctor
now. You
on
got
my
a doctor?
team.
That's what we need.
Hey,
Doctor
Roberts. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah.
What kind of a lawyer?
Criminal defense, dude. We are set, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna be getting.
We need like a corporate sponsorship kind of attorney is what we need.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same. Whereas here too,
same,
all that stuff.
Whether you killed someone or you're going to lose rights to your likeness.
Exactly.
Completely
different. Contract is a contract. You know, they're good at reading stuff. That's what it's all about. You need to make sure that they're reading the right stuff. So yeah, we've got a ton of comments coming in here, and I want to know. A lot of people were talking about cleaning up the image of paintball. I don't know quite about how the image is really affected. Have you been? I did give you a little homework last time we talked. Have you been watching any of those shows that I was talking about?
I have not.
Okay. What you give it? Like The Last of Us and Mandalorian?
Yeah. I was like, can you watch The Mandalorian? Watch Top Chef. How to Bake a Cake.
Drive to Survive.
Is this a cake?
Yeah.
You know?
It's the golf show that I'm supposed to be watching.
Yeah, Full Swing. Okay, the golf one. Yeah. All right.
Drive to Survive.
That's
a good one.
I already watched Drive to Survive. That was Chris and Virtue suggested that, and I watched that.
Okay. Make or Break, which is the surf one, the surf version of that. They did 2 seasons. One was more a storytelling of the event, and this one's more of following the trajectory of the league. Mm-hmm. And I think that's, you know, it's important, right? It's a big one, right? Wayne Davis, I believe, or Ghost Paintball.
Oh my God, Wayne Davis, Bad Company, Wayne Davis.
I believe so. He's usually Ghostlander, but this could be a different person. It just says Ghost Paintball. Might be anyway. Ghost Paintball said, "Ask what's the plan of attack to reach other demographics." So Ghost Sports only caters to existing players and is non-existent otherwise in the sports space. I do believe that Ghost Sports has done some crossover stuff in the past.
I don't think it's been very successful, right? Everybody's pretty protective of their little niches, right?
Right.
So I think they kind of got bullied out of that other spaces. I'm speaking just from my own personal opinion. I don't know whatever knowledge, but well, when you say other demographics, do you mean like other than adding the WNXL, the youth division, and then doing the 58,000?
I don't know that that's a different demographic within our endemic sport, but you want to look. I think maybe Boy Scouts is a great answer to that question.
Yeah, so let's just say that there's 30,000 people. Let's not oversell this, right? So 30,000 people. Mm-hmm. We need to create fans out of those 30,000 people, right? Of paintball. Mm-hmm. So that's how you get more viewership, right? I mean, that's double what we have now, all in one spot at one day.
Right.
So we need to engage those people, make them excited about paintball, make them have a role model or someone that they're a fan of, you know.
And how would you do that, though? I think that's a great idea, and you guys.
So it's no different than when a band gets started, right? A band's got to go out and they got to go on tour, right? They go on tour and they meet people. And when they meet people, people are like, yeah, I met Mick Jagger when he was a kid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then they follow him from then on out, right? I was in with them before or whatever. So if Alex meets a kid at the show and he signs an autograph for him at this thing, they're going to remember that. And then when we have a chance to have him live on TV, the kid's going to watch and said, I know that guy and I'm rooting for Dynasty.
Absolutely.
Or I know Mark Johnson, and you know, we met in Texas at something, and I want Mark Johnson's team to win because, you know, I'm yada yada yada, right? That's kind of how you build this, right? It's got to come, you know, there's got to be multiple levels. It's got to be grassroots, and it's also got to be us pushing from the top.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Pool marketing, right? You got to push people into it, or you got to pull them into it, right? Mm-hmm. We're doing both, right? We're trying to push and pull.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have the for those who, and just to recap, because I know that a lot, but we got like 300 more people that came in, and we've talked about the Major League Paintball, and just to quickly recap on that, it's a $15 hike on the ID card price to $65, but that comes with $25,000 of supplemental insurance with the Spot Insurance Company. Okay, so anytime that you're playing paintball throughout the entire season, and you're practicing. You're covered. And then the ID cards are good for a year from when you purchase them, not a calendar year, for the year that you purchase it. So if you buy it in World Cup, it's going to be good till World Cup 2024. And then you're also getting a handful of other perks, over like $100 worth of giveaways and stuff from the sponsors of the league and other sponsors out there. So it's more than, you're getting more than a $15 value. So those of you guys who are complaining about having to pay.
Let's clarify the calendar year. It's actually it's the anniversary of the month that you started. So if you signed up January 15th, it's going to expire January 1st.
Okay, got it.
Right. So it's 11 months and however many days are left in your month. I don't want people to
imagine the poor soul that breaks his hand and then comes back and then just gets all over Facebook and burns you guys because their thing expired 2 days before. Like,
why does everything end in me getting burned on Facebook?
I mean, that's just how that's the life you've chosen.
I chose this life before Facebook existed. So yeah, that used to be, what was it? Smack Talk
Paintball, man. That thing's great.
Smack Talk, yeah. That was first place I got my feelings hurt.
Someone brought up something here, which would also be, I think, pretty cool, is doing kind of player interviews before the matches as well.
We are so ahead of you.
You are. Well, there you go.
You guys got invited.
So you just confirmed, or I just knew that was happening, and I just got you to confirm
knew that was happening. Yes, so we're doing that on all levels. So we have this Champions Cup round thing, so we're trying to do the road to the Champions Cup. So we're going to be interviewing divisional teams that are trying to win that berth at this event, Texas, moving forward. And then we're also going to start doing some sideline reporting, both for the divisionals and you guys, and getting some takes, more of like a game day experience. I'm no expert in game days, but we'll give that back to Kevin, one of the new guys that works for us. So
awesome.
Yeah, and that's great. And again, that ties into creating the heroes within the sport, right?
Correct.
And I've talked about this a million times with you, with Anthony, and I did it for one of Anthony's fields. I've talked about it with HK back when we were sponsored by them, and a lot of different companies. But I think it's important that you get, and you guys can do it too. Just get a generic field welcome package together, and bang out a bunch of these things so that you imprint. I want to imprint Dynasty on every single player that ever comes out.
Yeah, we are 100% down with all that.
Yeah, so that's what I hear. I hear that a lot.
We're going to do this once again. We'll blame it on COVID, but yeah, we stopped that project because of COVID, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we were hitting on all cylinders in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. And then shit just kind of did whatever. Now we're just kind of ramping back up, and that's a lame excuse probably, but it is what it is. It's like when you have the timeout or something that kind of messes up your whole game plan. We had an annual timeout.
Okay, I've got a good one. We were just up at Capitol Edge this weekend practicing, and Johnny Perchak came out. He comes out every time that we're up there. And he was talking about, I got a really funny short story to share. I haven't told you about the salmon thing. Anyway, I'll get to that towards the end of the show. But he was like, why is he goes, I saw the prize package thing, and you and I talked about this, and it's kind of like, I'm not trying to share a picture of me holding a check for $500. It's just kind of like embarrassing. But, because we should be making $500,000, right, at these things, if you're looking at it in comparison to any other major professional sport.
I feel like as you said that, Tom, I feel like you shook your head.
Hold on.
Like, no, you're like, no, you shouldn't be making that.
So Johnny was like, look, $8,000 is crazy. Like, that you pay, that's all you guys get. It's split between 10 guys.
Yeah.
Why don't they get rid of all the money for all the amateur teams? If you're not professional in any other sport, there's literally, the only way you're professional in other sports really is if you start accepting money. Yeah. That's the difference between college, that's the difference between divisional, and that's the difference between amateur and professional, is when you start accepting cash money, that's when you go pro. So
let me jump in. So we're one of the few sports that I'm aware of, and by no means do I claim to be an expert, but most other sports are divided up by age, sex, and little brackets like that. We're the only one where a 40-year-old guy can go in and just play at the lowest beginner level and go play, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's unique to us. And yes, it is, like we were said, hey, we're going to do a race tomorrow, and we have $10,000 to give away as a prize package, right? And I said, where do you want that money to go? You wouldn't say, let's give 5 to first and let's give 4 to 129th, right? It just wouldn't come up.
Right.
And we just did some research. I don't know if me and you talked about this, but we looked at like the Ironmans and how they pay out their stuff. And literally, if I registered for an Ironman and I won the race, I was literally the fastest person in all of the little things that they do, which is insane, and I would not be. But I wouldn't win the money.
Right.
The fastest pro would get the money because you had to say that you were pro beforehand. And I think that's weird myself. But yeah, I mean, we give away, I mean, no one's going to believe this number, but we give away over $400,000 a year in prizes and medals and stuff like that. But we give away $400,000. You just don't see it because we diluted over 17 divisions.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's right.
I mean, we saw a good chunk of it. But, yeah,
Yeah, and it is cheating on the pros, so we did steal that money away from you guys on the regular events and put it into the World Championship, right? Into the World Cup, right? You got $40,000 for World Cup.
We did.
So and Johnny's right, and this is one of my arguments there, right? Like, so I saw someone made a post the other day. They're like, we used to get $80,000 back in the day. You used to play like 6 games. Now you guys are playing 48.
6 games over the whole year.
Wait, what?
You played 6 points. No, you played 6 points.
Oh, okay, right. You play 6 games in 7-man. Is that what you're saying?
You played 8 and 7-man. I'm talking about 5-man. I'm talking about like pre that era. But yeah, you played 8 games with 7-man, right? So you played a total of, half the games went half the time, right? So
if Dynasty's playing Bad Company, Bad Company probably played for 12 minutes the whole weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because we beat you that fast. I don't think you're going there. But, yeah. So we played for 30 minutes. The whole tournament. That was our entire tournament was 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Right. And now you guys play for 2 hours.
Overall.
Roughly the same.
Overall, yeah.
Total.
Well, 15.
No, in 4 games. You play 4 matches.
Okay.
On the schedule. We're not talking about game time. We're talking about schedule time, right?
Oh, so I'm actually there. Hold on. No.
We have a 2-hour practice slot, so we got to add that.
Yeah, add that. And
so
you can't talk about on-field time averages versus the amount of time that I'm just standing there wearing my gear.
All right, so stop that.
In 7 minutes.
And then the 10-minute interview with Lauren Kelly. We got to add everything up here.
Now you're going to get me arguing. If you assume that a minute is inventory, right, and I got 10 hours a day that you guys can play, it doesn't matter to me whether you guys are in the pits arguing with each other and I don't have a consumer role in the field or not. You guys we've created a format to where, yes, there is lots of breaks in the middle.
Right.
Single match play doesn't have that. You go play 7-man, as soon as you're dead, you guys are walking off, the 2 new guys are walking on there.
Yeah.
That's the most efficient form of paintball that we've ever had, right?
Sure.
That's why Huntington Beach could exist. Mm-hmm. You couldn't do Huntington Beach now. You couldn't do 160 teams on Huntington Beach. It would be 7 fields.
Yeah.
8 fields, right? Huntington Beach was 3 fields.
That's crazy, huh? If you think about that.
3. Yeah. So, and that's where it goes back what our goals are, right? Like I think people like playing the game that we play, right? Mm-hmm. It's, to me, the current match format is probably one of the coolest formats we've ever had. Right? Mm-hmm. It's enjoyable to watch. It's enjoyable to play. Everyone seems to love it. If you alter it at all, you get like pitchforks and shit in the streets. And so do we want to triage that so you guys can get paid more? That's up to you guys. I don't care. I pitched for a long time. I argued so hard to go back to 7-man that people started saying, just do it. Alex was like, fuck it, just do it. You think it's the right thing, you do it. And then I got scared and said, I'm not doing it. Because, yeah.
Yeah, well, so, I mean, it is an interesting thing, and I get a lot of people in here saying, definitely give the pros all of the money. And
yeah,
now,
that's because they're not paying the entrance fee for D4.
Well, you could lower the entrance fees, though, across the board.
So how can I give their money to you and lower the entrance fee?
You could lower it a little bit and still give them our money.
Who said give all the prizes to us? I don't feel like they
I
like
see it
that.
right here. There's one right here.
There's one.
Well, hold on.
I don't think the majority would say give all the prize money to the pros.
Well, because here, this is what it does, right? It brings it level across the board because no other sports are. You and I can't go play a softball tournament and be like, cool, we just made $100,000 or $10,000 or $500.
So it's
like there's no such thing. We can't go play golf and make money unless I'm whooping your ass or Marcelo's.
Yeah, we could if we if we went and played a local tournament. I'm sure there'd be a prize money.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there would.
There would be. Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're having this split right now, and that's in the triathlete world. There's a new league that came out, and they're paying the non-pros in the Amateur Open. Just think of the Amateur Open back in the day,
right.
The Spider Cup. So you guys can win 5 cars at the Spider Cup, and the Ironman couldn't play it.
Yeah.
So imagine if we did that now. If we said the D4 guys get your money. Right? That seems a little counterintuitive, right? But that's
I'm gonna sit out for 4 years and come over and steal all the D4 money, like what Oliver would do.
Yeah, then we'd ruin it. Yeah, for sure. But back to
when you retire, get a real job.
4 years, you're gonna be like 58 in 4 years or something. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. I don't even know where I was going with that. Now I got sidetracked.
Yeah, so you can't win money.
The argument would be is if we gave you guys $400,000 and every tournament first place was $70,000, let's say, would that be that pull marketing that we're talking about? Would that pull people into the ranks, right? Because now once you made it to pro, you made it to something. I mean, in reality, now when you make it to pro, you just spend more money.
Well, the owners do, yeah. I mean, in the bottom, like a handful of players do, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like you could get gift cards to the gift shop, and this is another thing. Is like, why don't we go back to like the Pan Am Great Western days when you win a box, and in that box is like guns and squeegees and oil and stuff like that the guys can. Now I know that they don't want to do that because of whatever reason.
The difference is back then technology was changing so fast that if you got something new, that was something you used. Today the technology is kind of stagnated a little bit, and it just ends up on the market. Right,
and it ends up diluting the market. I get it. You know, and there has to be some sort of consideration.
It doesn't make it any cheaper, right?
I mean, I might have a biased opinion, but I know it's different across all the pro teams, but like, I don't really like a couple $100 for winning a tournament is not like that big of a deal to me. I'd rather that go to younger teams, to the divisional teams, because I feel like that keeps them wanting to come back and wanting to strive to get to that pro level. Obviously, that
just got paid.
Well, I know, but
I
mean, okay, look, if you're gonna do a tournament, if you do one tournament for 40, I mean, I felt this way, you know, even if on years where I wasn't really getting paid, like, cool, yeah, it's nice to get like $700-800 when it's split between everyone, but like, it's not really that big of a difference. You know, I think that's cooler to get as a.
All right, so let's rewind. So why do you think people want to be professional basketball players?
To get paid.
Well, I think originally it starts because you love the sport so much.
Yeah,
they love the sport, and
no, you're not.
But you try harder.
You're not as a kid. You don't want to become a pro basketball player because you're thinking about the money.
Well, not as a kid, but then as you keep going, the better you get. It weeds them out.
Puberty you are.
And I do agree with Kyle.
I mean, I think sports is a different mindset than business.
What you're into.
Yeah, and
like you want to make money, like you do business. You're not You don't grow up playing sports because you want to be like that. You're like, I'm good, so I'm gonna be rich off this. A lot of sports. I think in sports, you do it because you're passionate about it.
Yeah,
and then you're really good, and then you get good.
Then you get
compensated for it. It's a great job.
Yeah, and look, you got to think of this, right? So there's 20 pro teams. How many Division 4 teams are there? Do you know?
In the world?
No, just off the top of your head, coming to this next event.
There's probably 25 to 30.
Okay, so let's just say 30. I was hoping there was a couple hundred. So there's 30 Division 4 teams. Do you think all 30 of them are going in there going, we're for sure going to win this event?
Are you asking me?
It's a rhetorical question. I don't think so. I think there's a handful of guys that are going to go in there. I think there's out of the 20 pro teams, I think there's a bunch in there going, I hope we make Sunday. That's my goal. Not to win the event. I hope we make Sunday. And so what I'm getting at is you have a ton of people in there that are paying into the system that knowing that they're not going to win or and I know that sucks to think of as a competitor, and I do appreciate, I understand what you're saying too, because it's great to give money back to the guys that are like hopefully going to be like propping up the industry.
Yeah.
Because we need the divisional players to like keep coming out there and keep playing. But at the same time, people are entering these events with thinking this is going to be a fun weekend. That's what a lot of people are doing. There's people that are going into the final events going, I hope I don't get relegated. I'm not going to win $40,000. I just hope I don't get relegated. So there's a couple subsets in the entire market here. And I think Tom, you and I have talked about it before, and you're like, hey guys, should we increase the entrance fee and we can increase the prize money, or should we decrease the entrance fee and decrease the prize money? You know who votes for increase? The guys that are winning all the tournaments. the other 90% of the teams are going to go, I think maybe we take $50 off.
Let's rewind. Let's go back to the thing. Let's say, and keep in mind, this is just brainstorming. Do not anybody quote this is what the NXL is doing, right?
This will be recorded.
This is off record.
Yeah, this is, everybody needs this. You guys can bring this back.
If the 20th team, right? Like, if the 20th pro team got money, right? So once you make it to the NFL, you're all making money.
Yeah.
This is all pipe dream future. We need TV. You need TV. You need someone to give us the sport $15 million because they're going to give viewership, and then that $15 million can be diluted back through everybody, right? You're not going to make it off of running events, right? It's just not how it's going to happen.
You're not going to make money off of running events?
The players are never going to make money off events. We definitely aren't going to make a bunch of money running events.
Yeah.
You know, I always point this out there, but everybody forgets, not one league has survived. Not one professional league in the history of time has ever survived. Right? How many have we had? 6.
Yeah. I think you guys are on a good run, right?
Yeah, we're on a good run. We're healthy. Mm-hmm. But no one survives and no one sells, right? And they've always been started by people that love paintball and have another vested interest. It's not a financial thing. It's not. No one's going to make money running a traveling circus like what we do, right? The real money's got to come in from television and then outside sponsorship. Mm-hmm. That's the bottom. So
are you guys losing money? You guys are not profitable?
I didn't say that.
It kind of sounds like you don't make money. I'm just.
Well, I mean, so what do you mean you make money? If you invest, let's just say you
don't make a lot of money.
Huh?
We don't make a lot.
You invest $1,000 and then every year you get $10 back. Did you really make any money? No, they didn't make any money. Mm-hmm. Our owners are doing this, and I don't want to speak for them, but you know, they know there's not a huge gold pot at the end of this. They love paintball. So no one that owns a trucking company said, you know what, let's start a paintball league. Let's add that to our portfolio. Bart, Randy, and Dave, people that love paintball, said, let's build something because we can afford to do it and make something cool. And they've accomplished that, right?
So, and I mean, I hate to make you do this often, because now that we're talking about the money side of things, a lot of people forget. And we've had Tom on here, and you can just give everybody a quick cliff notes on the economics of setting up the largest paintball field 5 times a year, tearing it down 5 times a year. You know,
is that like the 10-man field, or what do you mean the largest paintball field?
Well, they're like setting
the largest event.
Oh, the largest event. I didn't know.
Sorry. And then we tear it down the next day, right? I mean, Giovanni builds a park. He builds it once for the rest of his life, right? And I'm sure he does maintenance and stuff. We literally build a park larger than SC Village, and then we tear it down and move it. And then do it again. It's just not a very good system for making money.
But most places, I mean, imagine doing them.
Think about it. Evolved. This system evolved when we played in the woods, and so that we wanted to give different terrains, right? So you played in California, you played in Annis, and theoretically the kids in California were good and played in Annis. Then we went to New Jersey, we played in rhododendrons, and then we went to Florida, we played in a swamp, and you went to Chicago, and finally you got some dry land.
Rhododendrons are flowers, right?
Huh?
Rhododendrons are flowers.
Rhododendrons are like a bushy tree that's real thick that's in the Poconos.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a flower. I thought rhododendrons were like that flower with the big, thick leaves.
You could be a flower and a shrub, right? You could be a flower and a tree. You know?
I'm going to look that up.
You ever heard of a dogwood tree? It's a flowering tree, right? A flower is basically a sexual organ of a plant. Not to get you guys into too much details there, but yeah. So you can have all things. I'd be much better arguing about wildlife than I would be about paintball. But back to what I was saying. So we developed this road show because of the terrain and all of that stuff, and now we're still doing it. And we're on the same grassy field.
Yeah.
Is someone wearing me out online? Both of y'all started smiling and reading what someone wrote.
No, I'm just laughing because he's looking at flowers. And then I was laughing at that comment.
And your comment was good.
I'm just happy.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. Everybody's really excited about that. Tom with the birds and the bees talk.
Yeah, that was a good light in the mood.
But yeah, so,
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we just, it's like everybody, at some point in time in my life, I always pitch a permanent location. And people are like, I want to play in different cities. And I'm like, yeah, the Dallas Cowboys have been playing in Dallas 50% of their games. their entire career.
Yeah.
Right? Like, people always want to, whatever. Everybody's got different vested interests, right?
Well, yeah, I want every event to be in San Diego, right down the road, so I can just kind of cruise on over there and save some loot.
Find me a spot, bro.
You lose your status, though.
I'd lose my status. You're right. I want all of them to be on the East Coast, Maine or Rhode Island.
I'm gonna have to end this.
Yeah.
Wait, I have one last question.
We got some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in 5 years, in a perfect, reasonable world, where would you like the NXL to be? And you don't have to go into huge detail, but maybe some main points.
That we would have our own full-time, Major League Paintball channel that covered all things paintball, right? Mm-hmm. And our championships, whether that was the European Championship and the World Cup and maybe a North American Championship, that was covered by Amazon Prime Live for $33 million, and you guys were going to play against the best in the world for a good-sized prize package. That would be my final goal. So, yeah, I'd be very happy with that. And I think those are attainable. I wouldn't say that they're easy, but I would say that we are closer than anybody can imagine.
And one last question. What's your APPA number?
No idea.
Come on, you know what it is.
Nope.
Is it like 5?
No, I was anti-APPA for
What's yours?
I was a non-PSP guy.
I don't know. I think 3004. You have a really low one.
Yours is 3004?
I think so.
Mine's 15,981.
Hey,
I started playing in '86, but we didn't have PBLI back then. You know what I mean?
Hey, Tom, I know
someone find us Tom's number.
You might not. I guess. Well, a couple questions are coming in here. Something about Bunker Fest. What is that? So some people are saying that.
Bunker Fest. Go ahead.
No, it says so. This one says. I mean, it's just kind of like, I guess, kind of. People are. I don't know if this is a rouse or what, but it's like, what's going on with Bunker Fest? What is Bunker Fest, and why are divisional players? Why would they be going to play that?
So should I promote the other leagues?
No. But what's?
I'm not. Bunker Fest is an event being run by Chris Rangel. He's doing it out of Texas, out of Giant Sports Park.
Okay.
I mean,
all the events at the same place.
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm by no means an expert on Bunker Fest, but I think he's doing a great job. He's got a good prize package. I mean, I know because he's new, people are like, this is affecting the NXL, but our numbers are the exact same as they were last year, right? And people can go look, right? It's the same. It's no different than the WC, right? The local tournaments are strong in D4, D5, right? And then as you move up the ranks, the National League becomes stronger.
Yeah.
That's a healthy situation.
That's how it should be.
That's the way it should be. And I want strong local leagues, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That's the way it is. I think Chris Rangel's doing a great job. You know what I mean? Now, whether what he's doing is sustainable, we'll find out, right? Like,
because doing a big prize package is tricky to sustain.
Well, so let's think about it, right? You're going to invent a product, right? Whatever it is, you're going to make a widget, right? What's the easiest thing to do? We're going to be cheaper than everybody else, right? So a paintball tournament, the easiest thing is we're going to give away more money. So do we think that, and I'm not picking on Chris, right? Like I said, I think Chris is doing a good job. His marketing's been great. He's got a good concept. But giving a big prize package is not a hard concept to come up with, and no one's ever been able to do it. Right? It's because paintball is inherently more expensive to run than you think. And, they go away. The Kingman gave away spiders. Or cars, right?
Yeah.
They only did it twice, right?
Twice. 3 times technically.
3 times.
Yeah.
And now they're out of business. Right? So it's a complicated thing. Uh-oh. My wife has found my number. I don't want to give it to him.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Why do you want my number?
I thought you were on the field right now.
In a bad way?
No, I was just trying to see what our APPA numbers
are. I'll give it, but someone's gonna hack my shit, I'm sure.
No, you don't just read. You don't have to read the second part.
What are you talking about? It's not like
that's public knowledge.
Yeah, not your social security number.
26.
What?
What is it?
30.
Last 4.
No. We don't need the last 4. Just the first 5.
First 4.
Or whatever. First 4. If you're.
What's on your ID card?
4334.
4334. Wow, your card's older than his.
I know.
Wow.
I'm actually technically.
I didn't play the PSP. I played the MPPL. Doesn't matter. Go. Just trying to point out. If you look it up, my picture is me reffing. Yeah. You ref.
Yeah, all right.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, started reffing, and now you're. That's that story of that girl that worked at McDonald's who started working at McDonald's, and now she like works for corporate and owns a McDonald's.
I think if you want to own a Chick-fil-A, you have to work all the jobs.
Yeah.
I went the other way. I was president of the NPPL, and then I became a ref for the NPPL, and then I went to become the manager of the PSP, and then I went to go be president of the NXL.
Wow, that's nice of you to humble yourself.
That's my work part. You mean to be a ref?
Yeah.
I don't think that's humbling. I think it's a necessary part of the gig.
I'm saying like go from being a president to reffing and then back.
Yeah, president didn't have the prestige it did when Chuck ran it.
Yeah. Hey, and actually, a lot of you guys are watching. If you guys, and Tom, I might be throwing you under the bus here a little bit, but I think it's good. If you guys are watching this and you have, because I know someone was like, hey, I'm a lawyer, contract lawyer. Someone in here is watching this. I know there are a lot of people who have the ability to help out the growth of paintball. And this is the guy that you want to try to get in there with to help. And
I'll be honest with you, I'm I know it sucks, but I'm kind of a private person, right? I hated doing these shows and all that stuff. But I went on your show and I went on Marcelo's show, and I got more advice and more people willing to help out from those two shows than I had the previous 5 years, right? So this is helpful. And like I said, I am by no means an expert on a lot of this stuff, and all the help helps. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I can remember who to give credit to when they give me the cool ideas.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, look, we've got a great following, and a lot of us who follow or are on board with us, are also Go Sports members. They're Dynasty Champions Club members. They play the game. Pretty much everybody here is a supporter of paintball. There's some naysayers in here that just want to rouse things up, but for the most part, everybody wants paintball to succeed. And you are the one of the guys who are really out there, boots on the ground, trying to get things done at the high corporate level. And so if there are people out there that can help out, we need that to happen. I'm talking to somebody who's a producer who wants to do a reality show, and it's the same sort of thing. Like, we all need to kind of pool our resources to make sure that paintball's elevated, so that way the prize package and pool can trickle down, and then there's more of a possibility of an actual, just something to get, like we have a goal at the end. There's actually a reason to be pro.
And I'm gonna make this point, right? So like, it feels like every time a new local league comes about, right? Let's make up a league, the Arizona Paintball Players Association or whatever comes about, right? Everybody tries to build it up like it's adversarial with the National League, right? Mm-hmm. And in reality, like, we need a national league, and yeah. This is counterintuitive itself, but whether that's the NXL or the next entity, you're always going to need a national league, right? Mm-hmm. And the National League subsidizes a lot of this stuff for everybody else, right? Whether it was us or the PSP or whatever, right? We're the write the rules. We're the people that create the software that registers the teams. That person is required, and the relationship is not adversarial. And if you look at it, almost every person that runs another league in the United States plays the NXL, right? Mm-hmm. Chris Rangel will be in Florida playing the NXL. Mike Himmon's team Aftermath is in the Pro Division. Who
does Chris play with?
He plays with Veteran Militia.
Oh, the Veteran Militia. Oh, cool. Those guys are great. You guys did the they were all part of that event that you did at World Cup. It was Navy versus Army or Marines.
Yep, Marines. Yep. I mean, it's a great thing, right? Cool. And that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody builds this up like there's some adversarial, and I'm not going to say we don't occasionally take shots at each other.
Do you guys do anything? Sorry, just while that's fresh on my mind, do you guys do anything for the veterans?
Yeah, we are a huge supporter of the veterans. We're probably one of their largest sponsors, and I'm not going to get into the exact details, but yeah, we give them a lot of support to make sure they get to the events.
Oh, that's great.
You can ask Chris about that. Ask Chris what we do. I don't want to give up his secrets, but yeah, we do a lot for them. And like I said, I think what they're doing is necessary, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of pieces to the ecosystem, right? And they don't survive without each other, right? The National League does not survive without local people, and local leagues don't really do that well without a national league. So the two work hand in hand together. And if any one of them went away, the other one would suffer. That's a fact. So no one got bigger. Smart Parts went away, Angel went away, Bob Long kind of went away. They've morphed into other brands, some of them, right? But the market didn't get any bigger because those people left. market shrunk, right? So you got to be careful where we go with that stuff. So I went on a tirade there, but it is what it is.
All right.
Since we're helping you, the one request we have is to get the layouts on Tuesday.
Yeah,
if you could work on that for us.
My number one priority right
and we
now
would help. We can help.
You guys can
keep helping you.
We'll keep.
So how's your team gonna do, Spicka?
I think we're gonna do good.
Got it.
We had a pretty.
I'm rooting for you guys for this one event.
Oh, you are.
That's mine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I want you guys to win.
All right.
What the hell, man?
There we go.
Mark's done some good work here. I want him to win. I want him to fucking make some shit happen.
I was just trying to decide how I'm gonna back what I said about that the divisional players should get more prizes. I think I might say that if we win, I'll give my share to D2, D3, and D4.
So we'll sprinkle.
We'll sprinkle it to D2, X-Wall, 3, and 4.
So $800 sprinkled between those four things. So $200 prize package on top of all of this.
If you win the first one, it might not feel like you achieved anything. So let's shoot for the third one. So we want you to make Sunday, then make top 4, then win the third one. We'll let Dynasty win this first one.
I don't think those teams are going to be very happy that you just took that away from them.
What did I take away?
I just offered to give them.
I said you could give it to them.
All right.
Oh, you mean the fact? Oh, I'm taking that money regardless of when you win.
Kyle's giving his.
If you win the World Cup, we're giving it out. We're taking it down.
Yeah, his World Cup winnings.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
No problem.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in a day or two.
See you in a couple days.
See you in a couple days. Yeah.
Later.
Any more MLPB questions before I go?
MLPB. No, I'm gonna do a little recap on everything that we got. I mean, we got a ton of comments and stuff going through here. So I think that
we'll just email them to you all separately, or we'll throw your phone number in here after you get off the phone.
Yeah, we'll put your phone number.
My phone number, but my email address is fine. Tom@nxlpaintball.com.
Yeah, you can actually go to the NXL page and go to the contacts us part, and then find your email on there.
Yeah, no, it's a great system. I was just I mean, I want people to get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that you make yourself very, very available. So I do appreciate you coming on here again.
Yeah, no worries.
We love you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was good, man.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of good answers in there. I know that didn't get everybody's, but I like the idea of having a conversation about TV concepts. I think that should definitely be on the list, on the docket of things that we do kind of put in there and start talking about on one of these next upcoming shows. Because I have a good amount of ideas, and I know that I saw a ton of ideas in there that a lot of people had.
Good insight and questions from everyone.
Yeah, and just a quick recap. You know, the NXL is kind of rebranding slightly into the Major League Paintball, and for the reason for that is so that way when they are talking to possible sponsors here and there, that they can easily say what it is.
Rainey said Huntington Beach was 5 fields, not 3. By the way. Yeah,
that sounds about right. Actually, I can get behind that. I do believe that. So yeah, the idea is that way you're not kind of like, oh, I represent the NXL. I'm like, what's the NXL? Well, it's National X-Ball League. Well, what's X-Ball? It's paintball. So you can just kind of get rid of all that chatter and just say it's the Major League Paintball.
I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. Great. Logo's down there on the bottom.
MLPB.
Bottom right there.
MLPB.
What's
the B stand
for?
for?
The B is paintball. Oh. Because MLP, they
not
realized
My Little Pony
biatch.
My Little Pony Paintball.
And then for those of you guys who are like, I know people are wincing. I think ID cards are expensive. You're right, they are. The ranking system is incredibly important. I actually haven't really realized how important the ranking system is until I talked to a lot of divisional players, and they're like, oh yeah, some guy named Jonathan will get a Jonathan ID, and then once he goes to D5 or D4, D3, then he gets a new ID that says John, and he's D5 again. And then there's a ton of sandbagging in there, but like, if there wasn't an ID system and a ranking system, then you and I would be going over there winning that D5 prize pool with a hoodie and a pair of jeans on.
Yeah.
So that's where the money goes to, and then they're adding $15 onto that, and that gets you $25,000.
It's an upgrade fee, or you have to pay it.
You have to pay it. The ID cards are now $65 instead of $50. Call it inflation, call it whatever you want, but in reality, it is an extra $15 this year, and that's going to get you a year's worth of medical insurance. 25.
Do you even have to play?
You don't even have to play.
Yeah,
that's what
I would buy.
I would just go to the event and buy that ID card.
Up to 25,000 injury coverage.
Yeah, pre-deductible. So
60. Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Just make sure when you're like hiking that if you roll an ankle, just have your buddy drive you to the paintball field and say you were practicing, because I do believe you have to be playing paintball for that to happen. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's a great deal.
And by the way, I say what I just said, just forget you said that, because that's actually insurance fraud. So I'm not telling you to do that whatsoever. So yeah. And yeah, that is a lot of money, but you pay it once. So think of it this way. Just amortize that over the entire year.
I would buy that for anything.
It's $6 a year. Right? $6 a month, sorry.
Yeah.
$6 a month. So it's a great deal, you know? So just do that.
Oh, for sure.
It's like $5.50. So,
well, should we talk about this layout a little bit?
Yeah, let's talk about this layout, man. That's something we definitely want to do. Thank you, everybody who's donated to the show. Hopefully got most all of your questions. Sorry, guys, about that. Allegedly. Hopefully got a bunch of you guys' questions. I appreciate everybody who donated to the show, everybody who joined. Just as a reminder, for those of you who are watching this, we do drawings every show. We've got a ton of stuff donated from HK Army out here that we're going to be throwing out here. Also, putting this little graphic up here. Gen X is going to be at the event next weekend, so make sure if you guys need pods, go and check out Gen X. And we've got a ton of stuff to give away. Like, we got a big old box down there, and so we're going to be giving stuff away. I think we can even we can fire off, because this month right now we've got a pair of HK goggles. We got this HK pack. Let's give this pack away today.
All right.
So that'll be a grand prize today. Yeah. We got TFX3 to give away. A ton of great stuff, courtesy of HK Army, Gen X, Matrix gear, all going out. I do want to get Alex on the show too, because he's obviously everybody's favorite. I know that's
and he loves when people ask him what he thinks about the layout. So he'd be a great person. Should I give this to you? You throw it up. You want it?
Oh yeah, send me the layout.
I got a gridless map. You declined it.
You got to put it on the show. You got to put it up here on this one. Mac.
There we go.
Go up here. Oh, yeah.
No, that's my MacBook.
Oh, sorry.
You're not the only one around here with a MacBook, buddy.
Buddy. Jorge Garcia, I do not believe that. I don't know. You can turn that off. End that. Oh yeah, let's end. Wait. End that thing. I think there's still a meeting going on. Zoom meeting. Yeah, let's get rid of that sucker.
Oh, you could still hear us.
Close Zoom. I don't know if the gift card will work for Zoom, or sorry, for the beer station. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Mario, you pay $750 a month for insurance for 4. I'm sure that the insurance is a little bit more inclusive.
Yeah, I think mine's 300 or something.
But yeah, I'm up at the. Wait till you turn and hit your 40s.
Were we calling him?
Sure. Yeah, we are now. So yeah, anyway, big thanks to all of our sponsors and the sponsors of the league.
Oh God, what do you want now?
You're back.
Dude, we had you got a fresh
we had a burning question for you.
Yeah, we had a burning question.
Listen.
Did you guess what it is?
Spick and Span Show, brought to you by Reese's Sticks.
I wish.
Reese's Sticks and whiskey.
I gotta tell this story really quickly while we have Alex. Did I tell you about Johnny and the salmon?
No, I heard you guys laughing hysterically.
You missed this. Okay, so get this. I told everybody, we're going to get to the layout here in a second, because I know, but this story trumps all layout news. Okay, so Johnny Perchak came out this weekend, and I lived with Johnny for like 5 or 6 years, and he hates salmon. He actually thought purposely, anytime we went to get bagels, that I would go and get bagels and cream cheese with salmon on it, because I love smoked salmon. I love salmon. And he's like, oh, he's touching the remote, this and that, the other. So anyway... We're all getting ready to leave the field, and Johnny's like, hey, anybody want to drive with me? And Yarber goes, yeah, I'll come with you. And Johnny's like, all right, cool, and looks at him. And Blake has been eating a lot of smoked salmon lately, so we go to the grocery store in the morning. He buys like the pre-packaged. I mean, he's just eating this thing, salmon skin dripping off. And Perchak looks at him and goes, hey, are are you on this? Are you fucking with me? And I'm like, what? And I look over and he goes, why is he eating salmon like that, right? And he's already freaking out. So that set everything up. So then,
like that.
I love that. Yeah. So then, flash forward, we get in the car, and Johnny's sitting in the front seat, and Marcelo had like a slew of water bottles. He took 3 sips out of each one. And so Johnny...
I do that too.
Yeah, sometimes. So Johnny's like, dude, I'm so thirsty. Like, I need some water. And we'd already showered now. We're going to dinner.
Yeah.
And Blake had left the rest of his smoked salmon in my car. And kind of like open, you know how oily it is? Right? Those little like packages, like they're like the freeze-dried ones or whatever. Not freeze-dried, but they're like vacuum sealed. So Blake pulls a water bottle from out like the little seat pocket and hands it to Johnny. And Johnny drinks it. He's like, God, dude, I just can't get this salmon smell out. Like, what is it? He smells his hand. He's like, what the hell? And he can't figure it out. And there's so we figure out that like it was all over the water bottle. So we go, all right, we got a plan. So we're walking into dinner. I go, hey, on the way back in, when we get back to the car, make sure Johnny sits in the back seat behind the driver because it'll be dark, right?
Yeah.
And we'll set him up and be like, hey, I left a magazine in there, right? So anyway, we're walking back to the car. We're just eating dinner. Arturo jumps in the front and like we're like, hey, Harrison, get in the middle. And Marcelo's like, hey, Johnny, you can sit over on that side. And he's like, oh, okay. Sits down and we get in the car, turn the car on, and Arturo goes, hey, Johnny. He looks in the back. He goes, hey, will you hand me my iPad? It's in that seat back pocket. And it's all dark in there, Johnny. And I just hear this. I hear like crinkling around. He's like, dude, what the hell is it? Like, why is it? My hand's all wet. He turns the light on and he sees he's just knuckle deep with both hands. Knuckle deep in this bag of smoked salmon. Yeah, his jaw was dropped. He didn't know what to do. And he's like, Arturo, I thought you were better than this.
And if you guys know Johnny, everything is exaggerated tenfold. Like it's a nuclear holocaust at this point.
Oh yeah, he was angry. He didn't know what to do. He's just got this. He's got the salmon all over his. That was the highlight of my weekend actually. I did bunker Dalton twice, and that still was the highlight of my weekend.
There we go.
Yeah.
Did you talk shit to him after?
No, but he shot me in the foot, and he said, "Get out, Bigfoot." Not.
Isn't that what you called Tom when he got on here?
I did, didn't I?
You did, actually.
Why did I call him?
A little Freudian slip.
Johnny Salmon Hands.
Little Johnny Salmon Hands.
Oh, Salmon Hands. Nice one,
you want me to change it?
I can change it. So let's talk about the layout, Al. What do you think? I think you and Kyle are playing the same spot.
I had my eyes closed. Kyle, you have no chance against me.
Yeah, right. Where you going?
I'm the master of disaster in there.
Up the middle?
Stay out of my way.
Up the middle?
You better stay out of my way.
I got a lot of tricks up there.
Alex is either the right-handed god or the master of disaster.
Yeah, we know you clam up during the big games.
Mm-hmm. I don't get to play on your team.
Yeah.
How would you know?
Well, whammy. You'll let Mouse get in there when the game's on the line.
We'll both be in there, waxing that ass.
I'm just fucking around.
Hey, did anyone go off the break through the beam into the other person's snake?
Oh, so I actually meant to...
Almost every game we played, both teams did that.
No.
And they smashed into each other every time.
Yeah, we had like 2 hospital...
I feel like that's gonna happen.
I meant to bring this up to Tom because we've already notified him.
Yeah, we should have said that.
So we've already talked about that. And so basically, I believe what they're gonna do, or what's been proposed that they do, is any
put
no refs gonna
caution tape there,
no,
like you can't go through.
A ref's gonna be kneeling in the middle.
Of that triangle.
Of that triangle. So basically, when the game starts, if he sees 2 people doing this thing, he's gonna be like.
Yeah, that will not work.
2 guys are coming, just so you know.
Number 1, the ref can only look one way, and both players are going to be as elusive as possible, like, on that move. Like, you're not going to know where they're going.
Yeah.
They could be going to 4 different spots.
They could be. I don't know what to tell you, man. I think that there is certainly...
They hired a professional crosswalk specialist from Manhattan. That's going to be...
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Stop sign, crossing
Listen,
guard.
here's the thing. If there's a guy standing there in the middle and 2 people come through, at least they blast him in the knees and mainly only take him out instead of blasting each other. Dude, if 2 people go through the middle at the same time, say it's like an overtime, it's like teams are tied. 2 divisional teams are tied. 2 pro teams are tied. and there's 15 seconds on the clock, and we're like, all right, we got to score this point. The other guy on the other side's like, Kyle, we got to score this point.
Dude.
Do what you got to do, and then you run in there, and then when the two people meet in the middle there, it is going to be
you're just diving head first into the other person's head or barrel. There's no shoulder to protect you. It's just full on head-on collision. That's
We're sending Mike Arena to do that move, so hopefully it's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey's gonna smoke somebody.
Wait, so what's the ref gonna do in there? I don't get it.
The idea is that he's standing there, so like if he
two people come, he looks both ways and then runs off the field.
Well, no, like if you're going into the act of diving, or if you're like, hey ref, you gotta move, and the other guy's like, hey ref, you gotta move.
What's gonna happen is the ref's just gonna be involved in the sandwich. The ref will be the peanut butter.
He's gonna get 2 barrels impaled into him.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking him to look both ways. You're just kind of doing one of these things. You know what I mean? It's like when you're crossing, driving into an intersection, but it's like 2 lanes both ways. You gotta be, all right, I'm gonna inch out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a great solution for it. It's not really my call. That's just the suggestion I had made. If there were to be an issue.
Wait, you guys didn't have anyone go at the same time, did you though?
No. We were joking. I think
it didn't end up like that at our practice.
I mean, people did that move a bunch of times.
I know that's the thing. I was thinking it's like.
Yeah. Did anybody here in the comments? Did anybody do a little up and over? And what we're talking about is, I'll bring this. I'll put the layout up here. You want to scoot over a little to your left? A little bit more. There we go. What we're talking about is a move up the center and up over to the wedge and across into the other team's snake 1, as it would be kind of like right. If you want to put like right.
Yeah.
There it is.
Into this triangle through this little cut next to the big brick.
We need a teleprompter, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
good event to have insurance though.
Good event to have insurance. Except I believe that the $25,000 deductible would be
doesn't cover snake guys.
Would be completely absorbed at the point in time when like when it's like a couple days after Halloween.
Yeah.
Or like when you were a kid and you grabbed someone's pumpkin off their porch and you smashed it on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be like. Except 2 pumpkins smashing into each other.
Oof.
Yeah. Seeds everywhere.
Yeah.
Seeds everywhere.
Well, at least if I do that, I'm guaranteed way slower than the other guy, so he'll probably go right past, and then I'll see him. And
so you get to shoot him too.
You'll just take his knees out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the rest of the layout, however, definitely played. I feel like a game either went really, really quick.
Yeah.
Or it was not happening at all.
Yeah.
For the divisional players, I feel like you guys can probably run and shoot out to that snake corner a lot and just kind of disappear behind all those 3 bunkers. Yeah. And a good thing we were doing is like you could just get lost just I think you guys probably did, like just bouncing around in there.
Yeah.
The corner to the tower to the brick, back to the tower, back to the corner, and really get lost in there.
Yeah. I feel like if you're a divisional team with really good shooters and like a couple fast guys though, and you could keep other teams out of the Dorito side and get your guys in the Dorito side, you're at a huge advantage too.
And
who do you guys play, Kyle?
Paintball Fit, which is
how'd they do?
Basically, AC Dallas.
How'd they do?
It started a little bit slower, and then the second day we did some matches. Which they turned up the intensity, gave us a good look, in my opinion.
And Aiden Hill, was the snake corner good on this map? Yeah, it was definitely good.
Yeah,
I think the snake corner is like
great bunker. You can shoot into a lot of places on the field.
Almost every spot on the field.
And you can kind of like block off sides and get at least good vision on what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alex, are you sending out faxes right now?
Yeah.
Who are you faxing?
Harvey Weinstein.
Hey,
you're not being a very good guest right now.
No, I was just about to talk. You got like, can you smell or breathe out of your left nostril?
No.
Yeah.
What happened?
Look at that thing.
Wait, why is it concaved?
Why does it look like it's winking at me?
Yeah, Ryan punched me in the face about 40 years ago.
Oh.
Nah, never got it fixed.
What happened?
Didn't you get hit in the face with a telephone?
Yeah, all kinds of shit. No, I hit Oliver in the face with the telephone.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
That's a story for another time.
Okay, after the show.
Oh, my nose? What happened to my nose?
Yeah.
I guess you can answer any question you want.
I caught a fly ball with my nose when I was like in 3rd grade, and I think that's probably why it's like that.
Wait, your nostril?
Yeah.
It's always been like that?
Yeah.
Why did you say how? Why can't how is your
It's called a
breathing?
deviated septum.
Abbreviated?
It's really unfortunate because I have this big nose, and you'd figure I breathe great airflow and breathe really well. It doesn't work at all. Mm-hmm. I'm what you call a mouth breather.
Yeah, you should...
Why'd you ask him about his left nostril?
Well, because he had the camera. We were looking at the bottom of his chin and his nostrils. So I'm just kind of like pointing something out. I don't know. I don't really look at him from down there very often.
True.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get an operation. They're like, yeah, we're gonna go in and we're gonna smash your nose into 1,000 tiny pieces, and you'll have to be breathing out of a straw for about 3 weeks. I was like, no, thanks.
Well, couldn't you just put like a little bar in there, and then it'll just push it,
like
and
a
then you just
toothpick.
leave it.
That's a good idea.
Just leave it there for like a year.
Yeah, maybe I can find something here to try that.
Yeah,
out.
like just roll up like a little piece of paper and have it push it.
No, it needs to be like a piece of plastic because the paper will get all soggy.
Oh yeah.
And it'll just look like a booger.
Yeah.
Let's get something in there. Make a little hormesis
It's like a little clamp
thing.
that's like pushing out on both sides.
I like it.
Yeah, hormesis nostril openers.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Those are that'll turn it around. How fast did the field play from you guys?
It's the same thing as you said, either really fast or slow down. I mean, I guess some of the time too, there was like both teams would kind of trade 2 bodies really quick, and then the 3-on-3 would break down a little bit longer. I don't know. Did you guys have a lot where it was like 5-on-5 slow?
A lot of 3-on-3s. Yeah,
right?
3-on-3s. So I actually did a BKI drill a long time ago. We do it at the clinics a lot. I really like it. It's like, remember Rusty used to do it, Alex, or you were there too when I think it was when we had that practice in Arizona, and we would put like all the bunkers, the little magnetic bunkers, into a box. Everybody go in there and you pick a bunker.
Yeah.
You just got to start in that spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, like a 3-on-3 random bunker draw. The unfortunate thing is you're not really practice is over.
Yeah.
So right now, like, you're not going to be able to practice any of this stuff unless you got booked a time on Tuesday or Monday to get with the whole team. But for the most part, shooting on the break, shooting Dorito way is really, really strong. You got to take a risk over there every so often. Up the middle plays are big. And you all packed out? Oh, he finally put something on mute. Look at all that Hormy stuff.
Packing up, baby.
Come on, let's see it. What do you got?
See, I got some shirts. Got Champions Club shirt. Some different goggles, headband, my gun, all the good stuff. My foul-smelling shoes, jerseys. New headband I'm gonna rock, probably that one. Yep, ready to go.
Nice.
So if you're coming out, come and see us at the Hormy booth or Dynasty Field 1 booth, and we'll all be in kind of one complex, and we're gonna be pumping it.
Yeah, I saw that site layout. We got a nice little space behind us also.
And we're gonna have I think on either Friday or Saturday we'll have a barber out there giving out free haircuts. So if you're looking a little shaggy like Kyle, you can swing by. And,
I was just gonna say I could use a haircut. Is it free?
It is free.
Wow.
Free if you buy a headband?
No, it's just free.
Yeah, I saw you guys got a DJ
Nice.
coming out too.
Yep, DJ Matt, who is
Tiesto?
also a paintball player, and he'll be out there spinning some tunes for us. And we'll have a couple more surprises. So head on by and join us for some fun.
What are you most excited for this weekend?
I mean, obviously playing. That's the long off season and just getting out and seeing everybody. Probably that's what I'm most excited for, just to go to a paintball tournament. But second, I'm excited for. I know Go Sports and we're having some new media production stuff going on, and I think that they're going to be able to create some pretty interesting stuff. So, pretty excited for that also.
Nice. The room draw. Who would you like, Ryan?
Oh, Ryan's a win for sure. I always love rooming with Ryan, but we were staying in a house, so.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
we're staying in a house too.
I hate houses.
I'm not a big fan of that. I like the hotel.
I like hotel rooms because you only have to smedge out with one. You get like, well, it's a 50-50 chance, but it's like a good chance that your roommate's gonna be good. When you got everybody in there, you got slops things coming around. Everybody's got, some people are eating.
Yeah, you
salmon.
guys like that because you like to hide. I like having everyone.
I'm with it.
I like
having people
if
around.
I'm not
too.
rooming with you, you're forced to talk to me.
Yeah.
I like that. So,
Oh.
yeah. You can't go hide in your room.
I just don't
If I want to come talk to you, I'm coming to talk to you.
I got like OCD, you know. I don't like the common areas being just smedgy,
Yeah.
you know.
No, Ryan's an outstanding roommate.
There we go. I like watching TVs. Yeah, there's salmon everywhere. I like watching TV until late at night. We've got afternoon division. I'm gonna be catching some flicks.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got a movie theater in there. We've got arcades, all sorts of cool stuff in that.
Speaking of, what'd you think of the Mandalorian?
You know, it was a little bit lackluster for me. I think it's
what I said.
convoluted. I mean, I like some of the new characters, but I mean, where did it go? Nowhere.
I thought all the props and the armor and everything looked way shinier and nicer.
The
The
budget went up.
production value is awesome. You
That
know,
that blue helmet they put on was that the Mandalorian? No, it wasn't because he flew up. That's
No.
right. But even that looked like impeccable.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen for season 4. They're cutting
Cutting what?
everything, budgets.
Why? Because
Heads are rolling.
You might be right.
Okay, what about the Last of Us new episode? Did you
No,
haven't
I haven't
watched that
seen
yet?
it yet. I gotta stay.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Epic.
Amazing.
All right.
Ryan hasn't seen it yet.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
watch a lot.
So yeah, Peter said that same thing. What an episode, Bobby. What an episode.
What an episode, dude.
Oh my
You're right.
God. Don't pump
Look
it
at that.
up, you
Some of the
guys. Don't
top
pump
2
it up.
shows, The Mandalorian and both.
He is, yep. It's like Ellie is just like a baby Yoda.
She really is. Rob and I were rooming together. We were laughing at that too.
I need someone's HBO Max login. We only
got
have it on
you,
the
Doug.
TV in here.
I
There
got
we
you
go,
too.
Finally. You got it too?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
heisting it from someone else.
All right. Let's heist
But
it.
you can watch it.
Okay, thanks. I'll watch it on the airplane tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow morning. Alex, you're flying out tomorrow morning?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
What do we think about the 4-day
Practice.
grinder?
Alex,
How's your body
hold on.
feeling?
You're not sore or tired?
No.
Really?
I'm lumped up though from videoing. Like
Dude, he was
I
doing
would
double
go-
duty.
Whoa.
He
I would
was
go out when I
play
wasn't playing
and then
I'd
film.
video.
Like running
I would,
around.
dude, I need a thigh protection because I got mad respect for all these camera guys now because their thighs must be hamburger.
Let's see your
Verbal
thighs.
has
Let
like
me
a
see your
back.
thighs.
Verbal has like a backpack with the.
Just make sure
thing over it.
you're all
Dude,
you know,
Ryan, I have a
your
welt
chonies
on
are
my
on.
thigh, like literally a millimeter under my balls. Like
you don't need to show us that one. Let's just see the rest of your thighs.
I mean,
Oh,
that's just just dude, my thighs. Are
Nice
just-
color, huh?
Yeah.
triple bunk.
You know, it's starting to turn green.
How about Tom saying that flowers are the
Yeah,
sexual
yeah.
organisms?
Flower.
Of
Tom's
plants.
Tom's horny.
Dude, shout out to Mafia. He's in here. He was out there helping us on our project, so we're stoked to get started on that.
I'm never gonna look at flowers the same.
Dude, Alex would be standing directly behind the guy in the tall tower on the snake side, filming him while that guy's getting shot at, and Alex just getting worked.
Yeah.
I wasn't flinching like that though.
You weren't?
Dude, how are you
No,
not
no, you
sore
gotta
after
get the
those
camera
4
going.
days? Like years ago, you used to be way more sore, and then now you're not sore. What are you doing? What's your diet?
You don't play hard,
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
dude. I don't know, man. There just isn't a lot of. I don't know.
You should have seen him creeping around in the middle. It looked like
You know
Mr.
what?
Burns.
I think stretching is the key.
You think?
You're stretching,
You stretch?
Yeah, stretching.
or you stretched back then
No,
when
I
you got
stretch now.
sore and you don't stretch now?
You stretch
I make
now.
sure to stretch and warm up well now. Like
When
that's the key.
when did you do
And
all that?
And you warm up again before you if you get cold, you warm up again.
I didn't see him
So,
warm up or stretch. once.
Like say from Monday,
That's because you're a narcissist. You're only worried about what you're doing.
so from Monday Monday to today. How many times did you stretch? Just
Monday to today, so yesterday to today.
no, last week, last Monday.
Well, let's see. We played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't know. Those days are the days I stretched.
Okay. So
and
just stretching warm up.
Stretches, you know, like the ones we talked about with your lower back, or like targeting the stuff that I heard about.
Okay. Huh. My lower back hurts still, and I just took a knee in the back center almost every time.
You want me to go open that?
I guess so.
All right.
I guess so.
Release the hounds.
Release the hounds. Al, should I bring Oliver's plaque here, and you can put it in the office up there?
Okay. Oh, it's for him.
Yeah, it's for him.
Got it. Yeah. No, I have a box of stuff up there.
Oh, that's a bunch of stuff for him.
Next to my that box of puppies.
You have a box of puppies up there?
Well, Brandon Short showed me that box that said "Handle with Care Puppy" inside. And I have an Oliver box over there. There's his awards up there and stuff.
Okay, we'll put his awards and stuff up there.
Yeah.
So we'll put
Did you tell him you're giving his gun away or no?
I already gave it away.
No, I know, but did you tell Oliver?
I mean, it was kind of our gun anyway. But yeah, I told him I was giving his gun away. So, congratulations, by the way. Actually, you know what's really cool about the stuff that we gave away last week? Hold on. I'm going to pull this up. I'm pretty sure, so pretty much everything's been shipped out. Jordan Ramsey won the gun for Oliver, the whole 4 setup. He only bought 1 ticket. That's awesome. Nice. And both Stephen Hargrove and Joel Din, I believe they each bought 1 or 2 tickets each, and they both won those Die 1 of 1 guns. So
dude, look at all these winners, bro, that we sent out.
Yeah.
Wow.
We dialed in a ton of people.
Great job, dude. You did a good job, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Come on up here. You know what this means? This means it's almost the end of the show.
It's alone.
Look who's that.
Are you coming to the paintball tournament, Sloan?
Stinky.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I am stinky. Look what I have, Sloan. You know what this is?
Yo, yeah. Yuck. See, we don't eat that nonsense over here.
This is what I get to eat for dinner tonight.
I'm just joking. Of course.
No, don't eat that for dinner.
What should he eat?
This is my dinner.
What should he eat for dinner?
Steak.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Stinky steak.
A stinky steak?
Yes, you're gonna eat stinky steak.
Look at this.
Blech.
Chocolate and candy?
Those are good. There's little pretzels inside of there. Those are your vice. Right there.
Well,
Don't eat that.
here we go again.
Well, here we go again. Yeah, so we're all headed out. We're all headed out tomorrow morning. Hold on, you gotta be quiet.
Back into the breach.
Yeah.
Load up those vape cartridges.
Headed out tomorrow. You're out tomorrow night.
Tomorrow afternoon.
So practice. We have practice on Thursday
Are we
from
practicing
12 to
you guys?
2. We're practicing you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 hours the whole time? Us?
I believe so. Yeah.
Nice.
Us and NYX. I think NYX is in the house as well. So 3-way practice. Thursday from 12 to 2, and then our matches. You have morning matches. We have afternoon, 3 and 5 o'clock. I think each day. Catch us on Go Sports Live on Saturday at 12 o'clock or 12:20, actually, to be exact. We're gonna be doing a Hall of Icons induction ceremony. So come on out there. We're gonna be throwing out some free gear. Mainly throwing out some free stuff just that we get more people to kind of come. But we're gonna do an induction ceremony for the 10 or 12 guys that are gonna be out there. About 20 players are inducted into the very first Hall of Icons. I've actually got this one right here. This one's for old Bob Long. Oh, Alex, you put mute. You turn your phones on mute.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh. So we've got Bob Longs here. We got some cool jackets that should be unveiled there at the event. Got some sticker sheets. Will be out of Field 1. So we got a bunch of cool stuff going on that on Saturday at about 12 o'clock. So we'll do that. They also have the NXL put up a media tent for all media personalities like ourselves.
Nice, yeah.
Play the game.
Dude, we got NYX in here. $10 shirts. Go to the NYX booth.
Yeah, if you guys want a deal, go to the NY.
That's cheaper than toilet paper.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. NYX toilet paper. What?
Toilet paper.
Alex, first point, you want to just go? We'll do the 50 run.
It's a deal.
We'll test it out.
We'll test it out.
Yeah.
Might as well get it over with.
Yeah.
We're pioneers.
Hey, what are you guys testing out the insurance?
Yeah, we're gonna test out our domes and then the insurance.
For science, we'll test out our chin straps.
Yeah, for science.
Really putting. Yeah, maybe it'll fix your deviated septum.
There you go.
There we go.
I can breathe.
Hey Doc, when you're in there fixing my entire head.
Yeah, while you're at it.
While you're at it. Here, you can hold on to these. You want to put these goggles on? You want to put your goggles on?
No.
Here you go. All right. Well, we're gonna start spinning the wheel real quick. I know that a lot of you guys wanted to see if you're gonna win anything, so we've got a bunch of gear.
I got a bail, but you can give away some headbands.
Okay.
I will see you guys in a couple of days.
All right.
Actually, tomorrow night.
I'll see you tomorrow night, dude. Get ready for the movies. Movie marathon.
See you at Waffle House.
See you at Waffle House.
See you at Waffle House.
See you at Waffle House. Bye.
All right. Let's turn this one off. We're gonna move the wheel right here into the middle. We'll put it right over my head. We'll put it right here in the middle. So, all right. Great show, everybody. Say thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching video. Blah.
All right, go get mom. We're gonna go ahead and get the wheel rolling here. So we've got a handful of prizes. As always, if you guys are members of the show, supporting the show, we will toss you guys. We'll toss you guys up on this wheel here and give you Robert Herring. You just won.
Hands up.
Hey! You gotta be quiet. Okay. Deal. Robert Herring, you just won a little HK Army. You can grab a couple things out of there. Little goodie pack. And let's see here. As we roll through the wheel, we're gonna give away a bunch of HK Army stuff. Kyle's gonna grab some beanies. We got some hats. We've got some of these little pod holder things. Those are cool. They're gun holders. Tyler O'Connor. If you guys just be careful crawling around into there.
Don't hit the thing.
If you guys just joined the show, we got one right here. Let me toss you in there, Miss Elizabeth Souza. I'm gonna put your name on the wheel here real quickly. If you guys just joined the show, what we're gonna do is make sure you guys go to the Spick and Span show page on Instagram, spickandspan.show, and oh man, we got a ton of stuff. Look at that, Dynasty and microfibers. So make sure you guys go to spickandspan.show and send us your address, okay? And that way we can give you guys can give away holographic cards. All right, Ghost Paintball. Let's throw that out right now, Ghost Paintball.
Is this your stuff or is this gonna be?
That's my stuff. Yeah. Well, we can give some of that stuff away too. I'll throw in some of these necklaces. Yeah, sure. Ghost Paintball. All right, cool. And then Mega members, you guys are on this wheel, and then we have another wheel where you guys are going to be entered to win that pack, a HORMESIS headband. So big prizes going out for the Mega members. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this one out here right now for Ghost Paintball. Let's go. Wheel is spinning. Oh yeah, here we go.
Are you scared in here?
We got a dog in here too.
Yeah, a dog.
So Ghost cards, hydrographic cards
It's okay.
for T-Med 23.
It's okay.
Congrats, dude. Let's give you guys, we got some air
She's
horns.
so scared.
Okay, there's all sorts of stuff coming on out here. All right, congrats there, T-Med. Let's see what we
Very
got.
timid dog.
And Rudger Entertainment 42. Anybody who wants to be on the wheel and support the show, click the join button. So join the channel. There are 3. Yeah, Jace. Right on, my man. We have 3 tiers for the memberships. And yeah, everything, you guys. Raphael, thank you very much. Guys, Brent Love, HK Army pack. Package, not the pack. Sorry. The harness is going to go out to the Mega members. So let's throw out one more HK Army little, let's give some, what we got? Some HK Army lanyards, some microfiber, these little croc croc dangles. Oh man, Robert Herring just won again.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spin it one more time, so we're just going to double you up on your package, Robert.
You gave the pack?
That's crazy. Not yet. We're going to go to the Mega members. Yeah,
right,
Mega members are coming up next. Mega member wheel, baby. Let's go, Money Mike 777. Excessive Ego Man.
Boom.
All right. Let's do this right here. I'm going to get you guys up. Again, if you guys missed anything on the show, you're just going to have to rewind, watch it again. For those of you guys who are listening to this show on a podcast form, thank you guys. Appreciate that. Okay. Here are the mega super. So Brady Moore, I'm not exactly sure how you upgrade. There should be a way that you guys can click on this on the bottom down there, and you can upgrade your membership.
It's like right here,
yeah, there should be a join button, and right under there, maybe into the subscribed area. I'm not 100% sure. I know a handful of the people who have upgraded, but don't fret. Every week on the show, we give away a ton of great stuff, courtesy of Gen X, of Matrix Gear, where we got boxes from both of them en route right now. So next week we're gonna have some physical prizes to give away. Actually, we have a signed pod from Gen X. I'll throw in there right now.
HK Army.
Yeah, Gen X, and then HK Army has got a huge box. We got to get through this entire box here, and then in the next 3 weeks we're gonna do goggles. At the end of the month we're gonna give away this TFX3. So we've got a ton of cool stuff, like I said, for everybody. So
And some new stuff in the works.
Yeah, and some new stuff in the works.
Yeah.
And some new stuff coming soon. Right.
Thank you to HORMESIS, always supplying Tiger Wear.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any more stuff on your site?
We have a restock coming. We didn't want to do a drop this week just as we're getting ready to leave for the event. Having like 24 hours back at home, trying to jump one in to today. But we have a bunch of new products that we're dropping, and we may have some at the event as well. We're gonna have a lot of stuff selling at the Diesel booth with them.
There you go.
A lot of products that we've had existing, and then also we have gloves coming out. You might have seen a sneak peek of those. Just those gloves that I'm always wearing, like the basically the disposable gloves, event gloves. And we will have those.
How about the JRAB drop?
The JRAB drop is coming. We're not sure when we're gonna drop that. Those are still in production, but those turned out really good too. You saw that one, the purple headband, the purple mixed headband that we did for him, and we will be making some other collabs for some of those other players that are most of our premier guys right now. Celos, Corey Hall,
Heyman Chapman.
XXL, Heyman Chapman. Need to.
All right. Sorry, my voice has been hoarse from this weekend. I haven't yelled in a while.
Yeah. That's one thing that never happens to me.
Really?
I can tell you, I was sore after.
Yeah, I've been sore.
I landed yesterday and went straight to get a massage.
David Stuffelbeam, you just won an HORMESIS item right there. So Alex will be shipping you something pretty cool. So we got 2 more HORMESIS giveaways, and then an HK Army pack and a Gen X signed pod. Steve Smith.
Dude, I can't believe Alex is not sore.
Blows my mind. I played the back center, and I was sore. Marcelo even said it. He's like, dude, you're sore from there? My back is a little...
Alex was like the most sore person of all time.
I mean, he's just kind of not... He's just falling apart. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like so
Mr.
far
Derek
past
Diaz.
that now his body's always sore. So he doesn't feel like extra sore.
All right. Right now, this pack is being given away. Courtesy of HK Army right there. This is their new...
Pro Strapless 0G.
Pro Strapless 0G. All the Impact guys are wearing these things. Justin Ball, let's give you an air horn, huh? There's that.
All right.
There we go.
Great show.
One last thing. We got one last thing.
One last thing.
We got a signed Gen X. Actually, I'm going to send you this signed Gen X one. We signed this a while ago, actually, and no one claimed it. So this is actually filled with our banana-scented Dynasty paintballs going to Gunnar Dixon.
From World Cup?
Yeah, this is, no, this is, might just be a practice. Look, I even put a little, these might be broken by the time you get them. I'll put some more foam in there.
Yeah.
But, you know, signed by Damian, Kyle, and Ryan Greenspan.
Yeah. You can shoot them, eat them.
Yeah, shoot them, eat them, sprinkle them. Give them to your kid.
Yep.
They'll, if they're, they'll know exactly what to do with these.
Yeah.
Right? They'll do the right thing. And also out there at the event, We're gonna be doing a signing. We're gonna be at Gel Blasters one of the days. I'll be over there shooting people with some jelly blasters. I'm gonna get a couple of those gel blasters to bring back here and give away as well. So yeah, awesome show, guys. I really I think this is we have to say we hit it out of the park.
Yeah,
I really do. I think congratulations, thanks to Tom.
Make sure you tune in, watch everything live. Ghost Wars.
Yeah,
we're back to having showdowns now. So
we're back. Yeah. Oh, and we're gonna make up some sort of challenge of some sort.
Yeah, we'll do some.
Someone's gonna eat something shitty.
Yeah,
terrible. Or spicy. I think those are all falls under the same category. Yeah. We still have some Steve Grundy. We still have some stuff in that refrigerator. Right?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm assuming it doesn't go bad because it already started off being bad. But I think it's like head cheese or some sort of
Tongues.
meat, like a tongue or STK. We're gonna eat something. Easy does it.
Maybe we'll get Maddie on after if you can.
Yeah, let's get Maddie on, and we're gonna do some college paintball stuff. We're gonna talk about the TV concepts. I think we got a lot of stuff going down here. So anyway, make sure you guys tune in every Tuesday. We're gonna be doing an event recap next week, and I think we're pretty excited.
Oh.
I hope nobody crashes into each other.
Yeah, that would be a doozy.
Doozy.